Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's good? What's good, family? Peace. Welcome back. Welcome back. Once again, man, it's God I see right here on YouTube, man. I know it's been a minute since I've been here, been on. If this is your first time here, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you're interested. And if nothing else, man, listen, share this message. I want you to go share this message on your social media or send it to some people that you know, man, so that they can get tapped into the message because a lot of work goes into the message, a lot of energy goes into it, beyond just what you're hearing right here on YouTube. So yeah, man, it would be greatly appreciated for sure, man. Show some love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, now that that's out the way, man, what I really wanted to come on here and talk about today is this, man. You know, the world as we know it is over. The world as you know it is already over. It's done. You know what I'm saying? It is done. And what you need to do in order to make sure that your soul, your spirit, your energy is able to shift, to this new earth, and to this new, what we call this new paradigm, because it is already happening. So that's what I want to get into, man. So if many of you are familiar or aware, you may or may not be, but we are coming out of the age of Pisces, which is already pretty much over. We in the Aquarian age, but what's more important than that is this. Coming out of the cycle, coming out of the cycle of the Kali Yuga, which is the cycle of Kali Ma. Kali Ma represents darkness, death, and destruction. That's why we've been experiencing so much of that all over the planet, all over the earth, is because that's what Kali Ma represents. Kali Ma energy is the darkest, most destructive energy. Very, very powerful energy. You're talking about that primal energy. You know what I'm saying? If you know what Kali Ma symbolizes, then you are aware of that. So recently, we just recently started the end of the Kali Ma cycle. The Kali Yuga cycle is closing out. It is closed. It is officially closing. What this means is that the destruction is coming to a peak before what we call the golden age is born. So what is the golden age? The golden age is the age of information. It is an age where everything exists on earth in a state of complete harmony. It is an age where the vibrational frequency shifts to a frequency that is more on the frequency of love, the love frequency, meaning that you cannot exist on the new planet. So let me back it up just a second. So Kali Ma represents death and destruction. The world as you know it is over. It is being destroyed. This whole paradigm is being destroyed. So when they talk about the end of the world and the end times, you got everybody getting ready for something apocalyptic to happen this year. You see a lot of people digging underground bunkers and shit like that. You see a lot of people going underground. You see a lot of people stocking up on food. You see a lot of people stocking up on ammo and guns and shit. But what a lot of niggas don't understand is, what a lot of people don't understand is that the shift is really more spiritual than it is physical. It depends on your level of consciousness and awareness. Because the old is definitely coming to an end. This shit is over. It is ending. So if you are not aware of what's happening and what's coming, I don't want you to be caught off by surprise. So in order for something new to be born, the old has to be destroyed. Remember, before this started, I said that Kali Ma represents death and destruction. So we're coming out of that age of Kali. The Kali Yuga cycle is closing. So all of that means that everything has to be destroyed. This is why you seen the whole pandemic take place. That was one of the biggest signs that everything was ending. This is why you got the war and shit going on, the different wars and things going on, Israel, Palestine. You know, you got wars going on in the Congo. Ain't nobody talking about. You got wars going on in South America that ain't nobody talking about. There's a war going on the forestry. The earth is being destroyed. You know, intentional fires are being set to destroy the trees. They're trying to take the whole planet over. Meanwhile, there's climate changes. You're going to see an increase in earthquakes this year for sure. It's already starting. I've been telling people that earthquakes are going to increase all over the world, especially all over America. America is going to see more earthquakes than it ever has seen ever this year. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all part of the illusion falling the fuck down. The Western world has done so much damage to this planet that it has to fall first. This is why the government is collapsing. There will be no more Democrat, Republican. There will be no more government. There will be no more Skull and Bones. No more Rockefellers. No more Bilderberg groups. None of these secret societies. The cabal is going to fall. Know that. Another sign that you saw was when the Queen, the so-called Queen of England, allegedly passed away. But she didn't pass away per se. She changed form. You're dealing with a reptilian species of people. So she had to go back underground. You know what I'm saying? This all represents the end of this era, of this cycle. And listen, man, remember, there's actually never truly an end. None of this shit actually ends. Everything goes in cycles. When one thing ends, another thing begins. That's all. Everything works in cycles. A cyclic nature. You see the serpent eating its tail. That represents cycle, death and rebirth. You know what I'm saying? That's what we going into. Also, this is a number 8 year. 8 symbolizes karma. 8 also symbolizes the death and renewal process. The number 8 also symbolizes that. Energy continues to flow. It keeps going. It just changes. We move in cycles. So, that being said, we are in the age of Aquarius, moving into the golden age. So when the earth is being destroyed, as it is, what we call earth is being destroyed, and there is a new earth on the brink of being reborn. What we call new earth is already here. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get to new earth? Listen, you're going to need to listen up real closely when I say this. If you continue to vibrate in the 3D, if you continue to vibrate on the 3D frequency, if you continue to vibrate at your lowest level, your lowest point, when it comes to Earth, the third dimension, the third density, which we've been vibrating in all of this time, that is the earthly shit. That means that you are completely plugged into the matrix, the simulation. That means that you can't get enough of pizza and fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? That shit got a hold on you. You can't get enough of, ratchet pussy. It might have a hold on you. You can't get enough of, nigga shit. You just can't get enough of it. It got so much of a hold on you. You can't see nothing else outside of this 3D shit. You can't get enough of entertainment fooling you every fucking day. You turn on the TV and you locked in. That's what I mean by those that are completely consumed by 3D simulated reality. If you still stuck there, that is the shit that is crashing. It's going to die. And if you are not at a level where you have transcended your energy to the love frequency or above, you have to be able to open your heart chakra. If you have not really activated your heart chakra yet, you will also be destroyed with it. I repeat, you will be destroyed with it. You don't make the shift. Let me tell you something, man. Listen. There's a such thing as being prepared. But it's also a such thing as being scared. You can be prepared, but not scared. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people want to go and dig, again, nothing against that. You getting ready for doomsday and all of that. You loading up on artillery and all of that, man. We did that already. We been done that shit already. That is not how this war is going to be won. I'm telling you right now. That shit right there is one level. It's great to be prepared. Don't be foolish. But what I'm saying is this. The only way to shift up out of this motherfucker is to shift your energy. You cannot make it to New Earth. New Earth is not somewhere that you just gonna get in your car and drive to. Everybody keep talking about New Earth, 5D, 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 and all of this New Age talk. But nobody's talking about how do you do it? How do you get there? You know what I'm saying? How do you move into that? The first thing you need to know how to do, you need to definitely be doing shadow work on a deep level. Because this is how you're going to peel back the layers and get rid of all your attachments. See, it's so much shit that got you attached to this realm that you don't know how to take it off of you. You still locked into all of the things, your vices. You still got trauma that you ain't healed yet. You still got a lot of hurt that you carrying around. That shit gotta go in order for you to be able to ascend to New Earth. It's not just gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, like if you think that just because you read a few books and you listen to a few lectures and a few people talk about this shit, that you got enough to get to this new level, that ain't enough. This shit is very important. The old earth is being destroyed as we speak. Again, the Kali Yuga cycle is ending. We are moving into the golden age right now. We are already in it. But there's a gap. The gap is between those who are still plugged into the 3D simulated reality and those who have already shifted above. See, the shift starts in your consciousness. It ain't got shit to do with what color your fucking shoes is. It ain't got nothing to do with how much jewelry you wearing or what you look like. That ain't got nothing to do with shifting to the new earth. You know what I'm saying? All of this is internal. This is all about your consciousness. This is all about your own subconscious and your mind. You got to break free from the barriers of your own mind. Your mind and your ego is what's keeping you locked into this 3D simulated reality. It's keeping you locked into this fucking simulation. The only way out of this shit is to die. You know what I'm saying? When I say die, mind you, death comes in many different forms. I'm talking about die, a spiritual death, in order to be reborn as a new being. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way for you to be able to shift to this new earth. A lot of people don't want to talk about that part of it because they afraid. They want to dress it up for you. Listen, I got to keep it real with you. You have to let the old version of you completely die. And it's going to feel painful. You need to do that now in order to shift. We all are going through transitions. We're going through transformation. You know what I'm saying? Transformation comes out of darkness. That is why we're coming out of the dark ages, what we call the dark ages, which is the Kali Yuga age. I'm going to keep saying that so I drill this in your head. The Kali Yuga age is the age of death and destruction. That's the dark ages. That's why think about it. This shit has been at the darkest it's ever been. Right before anything is born, it gets the darkest. You know what I'm saying? It starts getting its darkest. You're gonna meet the worst point of destruction right before the new earth or the new thing is born. This is why you see an increase of so much war, disease, sickness. Every time you turn on your TV, if you watch television, they try to bombard you with all this propaganda. A lot of this shit is created to induce fear in you. Because there are entities that feed off of the energy of fear. There are spiritual entities that feed off of your fear. Whenever you are afraid, you give off a stench. That stench goes out into the spiritual realm. And there are energies. You know what I'm saying? There is an essence that can smell your fear. And if your ass don't know how to maneuver in the spiritual realm and you walking around fearful, your ass is gonna be fooled. They're going to devour you. Anybody who has traveled outside of the body, if you know how to go, if you know how to astral project outside of your body, if you know how to move into the spiritual realm, via, may it be lucid dreaming, if you can go into meditation and actually leave your body and go into the spirit realm. I've been practicing that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to do that, if you already doing that, then you know that there's different forces that exist on that realm. Like, you can't just go into that realm and think that you're gonna go there and everything gonna be all fun and cake. Like, you need to know what you up against. You need to know how to maneuver in that realm. So if you afraid and you carrying the essence of fear, whenever you go into that realm, they're gonna devour you. These entities, they don't give a fuck about your status. None of that shit matter. Your earthly shit don't matter beyond the physical. So when we talking about shifting out of this shit here and going into the golden age, all of this shit has to do with spirituality, period. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much you slice it. It ain't got nothing to do with religion. It don't got nothing to do with your books. None of that shit. I mean, there are things in the books. There are things in the Bible. There are things in all books that you can get from it, but you got to know how to interpret it for you. However, religion itself has nothing to do with spirituality at all. And we are in the age of spirituality. The golden age is the spiritual age. This is why you seeing so many different people now considering themselves to be spiritual teachers, or you see so many spiritual readers and shit now. You see a lot of that, a whole lot of it. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's actually a positive thing, that we moving in the right direction, that the golden age is actually right here. We are here now. But at the same time, please use discernment when you're dealing with different people, because everybody is not really, tapped in to that frequency. They don't have that connection to source. They don't really have that connection. A lot of people just doing this shit for a paycheck. But those people also will be destroyed right now in this period. In fact, it has already begun. Pay very close attention to your spiritual teachers who are not authentic. You're going to see them start to fall as well. Anything that is not authentic, anything that is not vibrating on the highest frequency, on the right frequency, is going to be destroyed going into the golden age. We are in the golden age. You know what I'm saying? You got to wake up, nigga. You have to wake up out of your fucking slumber and your sleep. You think you know, but you have no idea until your whole world come crashing down and this shit start rumbling and rattling and shit. You have to get ready, and you have to be ready right now, and that starts within. As above, so below. As within, so without. You know what I'm saying? So again, the world as you know it is over. That means that the old version of you has to be over to exist. See, there was an old earth. On the old earth, the things that was necessary to survive, you just needed the bare necessities in the physical sense. Food, shelter, clothing, water, all the things that a physical human needs to survive. I'm not saying you still don't need those things, because you do, to a degree. But but in this new earth, as earth changes, that's not what you're going to need to survive. The only thing that is going to give you the ability to timeline jump, you know what I'm saying? To jump from the old timeline to the new one, is your connection to your own soul, your inner workings, your ability to let go of attachments. Your vibration has to be at a certain level. How much light can your body hold? See, this is all about light. The more dense your physical body is, the more things that you hold on to in your energy, the less light you can hold. You can't hold light if your body is dense. You can't hold light if your energy is dense. Mind you, you have 7 main chakras in your body, but you have 13 chakras. You have chakras that hold emotions, trauma, memories. So if you still holding on to certain memories, All of this energy is accumulated within your chakras. So let's say you got a lot of energy that you holding on to, a lot of grief. You know what I'm saying? That you hadn't let go of, a lot of resentment. You may feel tension in your solar plexus chakra because that represents that. That's where a lot of grief is stored. And this can in turn make your body more dense because then you start dealing with pain in that issue, in that area. You start dealing with issues in that area. And if you dealing with too many issues in that area and you got these things going on throughout your chakra system, then your chakras is inside of your body. So your body is going to be more dense, meaning that the divine light cannot come through. See, Source is trying to upgrade your DNA right now. But you keep holding on to so much shit that the light can't get in. You got too much going on. You have to let it go. Don't fight the changes. A lot of us are going through these transformative changes within ourselves, within our spirit, and within our physical body. If you can feel things shifting inside of your body and inside of you, then that's your DNA trying to wake up because you don't have a lot of time before you get this shit together. Otherwise, you are going to be destroyed with the rest of the old earth because that shit has to go. And when Big Mama come, when the Divine Mother come, she don't give a damn about if you ready or not. Like, she coming. Spirit don't care about your fucking feelings. You either gonna be ready or you not. Spirit don't give a fuck about how you feel. It don't care about your emotions. It don't care about none of that shit. You gotta deal with that shit. You the only God that's coming back to save you. Ain't nobody coming to fucking save you. You the only God that's coming back to save you. You understand? You, your higher self is playing this game. You are controlling your avatar body. You. It's like a game, a simulated game, and you holding the remote control to the character. You. So you gotta do that. So in order for light to get in, you have to deal with these things. So Spirit is upgrading our DNA right now as I speak these words. This is why more solar flares are hitting the planet at an all-time high. Coronal mass ejections coming from the sun is actually coming here to raise the frequency on this planet. That sun is getting so active right now that those who were in power are frantically running around trying to figure out what the fuck to do because they are scared. They are fearful. They don't know what to do because they are technology beings. And when the sun ramps up its energy, all of this technology is going to act a fool. The grid is not going to function the way that it did. You're gonna have issues in communication technology devices. Your phones may not work the way that they did. The internet is going to crash. You know what I'm saying? So that means the way that the banking systems are set up is going to crash. All of these things, the stores, the supermarkets, they run off of a certain database. They are on an electrical grid. So all y'all out here buying up all these electric vehicles and these cars and these Teslas, I will warn you. You know what I'm saying? That this is all a play to keep you locked into the power grid. Anything that you are in that is locked into the grid will keep you susceptible to 3D energy. So meaning you can be driving your car and these people who operate this technology, you know what I'm saying? Depending on who you are, they can control how far you go, where you drive. They can shut your fucking car down from wherever they at. You know what I'm saying? They can lock the doors and lock you up in it. You know? If you too outspoken of a person, you know, if you speak out about certain things that they don't really want to hear or that they don't want into the public, I would not buy a Tesla. Because then that's going to put you, listen, these people know who you are. You a chosen seed. If you buy one of those cars, for example, they can easily shut that shit down and say, hey, listen, we don't like the way he talking. We don't like the way she talking. They putting out too much information that we don't need out. So since we got control over the power grid, we can find the electronic signature of the car that they driving. And since Tesla can be operated, the system can be hacked into. You're not in control of that vehicle. So if they want to take that car and run that shit off of a bridge with you in it, they can do that. They were showing you that in the movie Leave the World Behind. They even showed you how they was crashing the Teslas. Pay attention. They showed it to you. You niggas need to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is how I'm delivering the message, because this is how Spirit is delivering the message to me. If the wording and the way I'm saying this is not for, if you can't deal with the way I'm saying it, if the profanity is bothering you, then this is not the place for you, because you still deal in ego. That's human shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all human shit. That's a furthermore sign that you got work to do if you let that deter you from such a message. You understand? So, so that's what's going on. And the grid is not going to exist as it did. You know what I'm saying? All of that is changing. It's shifting. It's being destroyed. But they're trying to keep certain people, they're trying to keep you locked into the grid. They're trying to keep you locked into a computer program. You know what I'm saying? So again, your goal is to get yourself to a point to where you can take in as much light as possible. Light. Remember the light, as I was stating just a minute ago. I'm bouncing around a little bit, but stick with me. So the chakra system, these are where you hold and house trauma and emotions in certain chakras, energy blockages in your chakras. So whenever we get a DNA upgrade, as we've been getting a lot of lately, see, when the sun sends out coronal mass ejections, this is plasma from the sun projecting itself toward Earth. When the plasma from the sun hits the Earth, it actually causes changes in the Schumann resonance, or the Earth's frequency. And so when it does that, remember that if you are in tune with the Earth and Earth's frequency, that if Earth is changing, then our bodies and our energy and our DNA is also changing. Your molecular structure is changing. You know what I'm saying? It is changing. That means that you're getting high energy into a body. See, these bodies don't really, it's hard for these bodies to hold that much light, especially with them, with you still carrying around all of this energy. That's why a lot of people are, your body going into a fasting state. You might not have an appetite lately. That's an ascension symptom, because that is your DNA. Your DNA is very intelligent. That's this way of telling you that it is trying to upgrade itself. So you can't keep eating a bunch of heavy foods, because your body is going to be more dense. And so whenever you go through a vibrational shift, or you go through a DNA upgrade, your body and your chakra system have to be able to hold light. More light has to be able to come in. But you're holding on to trauma, emotions, attachments. You know what I'm saying? You still stuck in the physical. See, this realm is a playground for the gods. You know what I'm saying? This realm is a playground for the gods. And you came here to experience this. This is all an experience. See, you can experience this shit. You should be able to enjoy the fruits of the earth realm without becoming attached to it. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to enjoy everything and anything that your heart desires. But your heart should be light as a feather. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are holding on to everything that you come in contact with, then you are not in position to hold light, because you're holding on to the earthly shit too much. You know what I'm saying? You want to hold on to shit you can't even take with you. Anything that you can put your hands on that's dense cannot go with you. You know what I'm saying? You can enjoy it, but don't become attached to it. See, this is the key, man. I'm about to drop, this is the biggest jewel. I'm about to drop the biggest jewel on you right now. Like, listen, pay attention. I'm about to tell you exactly, and I'm going to do another segment on this, and I'm going to go into this more deeply. And this is a simple statement that I'm about to make, but it is very, very much true. This is what was revealed to me, and I trust source as the message is given to me. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one who know this, but I got to say this right here. The key to mastering this reality before you die, before you leave, I should say, because death is only one part of the equation. Before you actually exit this realm, a lot of people, they don't really know exactly what's happening whenever you get ready to leave. And You know, a lot of people say that they're not coming back and they not going, oh, I don't want to come back, this, that. Yeah, you saying that, but a lot of you are coming back because you are not doing, you have to do the work. If you think you're just going to leave and just not come back without having to do shit, then you wrong. So let me tell you this right here. The key to being able to travel and ascend, you know what I'm saying? Your soul, for your soul to be able to break out of this plane, you have to let go of as much shit as possible. The secret is letting go of all of your attachments to this plane whatsoever. Let go of everything that you are attached to, that you feel like you can't live without. Let it go. When I say let go of the emotional attachment that is tied to that thing. This includes people, places, objects, and things. You might think you done let something go, but take it away from yourself. Do an experiment. Start, putting yourself, going to a meditation and picture yourself. Picture how do you feel without having what you have or the things that you are attached to. You know what I'm saying? If it's your spouse, detach from that person. If it's your family, detach from that person. If it's objects, if it's car, if it's a vehicle, if it's a house, if it's anything that you feel like you just can't live without. I mean, obviously we need those things to, sustain ourselves while on the earth realm, but I'm talking about your emotional attachment to the thing. Because if you leave here still holding on to certain shit like, damn, man, I can't live without them chicken wings, man. I can't live without that barbecue. God damn, I cannot live. Then there's a part of your essence that's going to be forever tied to this realm. Your attachment to these things is what keeps you bound to this fucking realm. The secret to really being able to evolve and getting the fuck up out of here is to master the art of detachment. This is how you shift out of here. You know what I'm saying? The old earth is gone. So I just gave you that. Detachment is how you shift out of here. I know it sounds simple, but that is a jewel. Like I'm telling you for real. And when I, on another video, I'm gonna go deeper into that. I'm gonna talk more about detachment and how to prepare your soul, your spirit, your energy for ascension up out of here, so that whenever that time is, you are ready. But right now it's the time to ascend to new earth. So that's one form or another. That is a death and a rebirth. The old self has to die. The new self has to be reborn. So the new self is the version of you that has gone through the DNA upgrades, that has gone through certain ascension phases. And now your body is housing more light. What does this mean? When you're holding more light, what type of things will you see? You will see more increased psychic activity, more clairvoyance. Your ability to manifest things will be more stronger. Your connection to spirits will be way, way, way more stronger. Your connection to source is much, much stronger. Your intuition is stronger. You're able to see things before they happen. You know how to go into different paradigms. You know how to shift. Your lucid dreaming. See, when you go into the dream realm, you're actually walking into a new reality. That's a new world. You know what I'm saying? Dreams are not just dreams. Dreams are actually lives that you live outside of the 3D, which you think is the real world, which is really the simulation. When you go to sleep, it's when you actually wake up. You understand? I'm going to say that again. When you sleep, that is when you wake up. You understand? That's the internal world that lives within inside of you, projecting itself outwardly. So, these are some things that you will see as your body holds more light. There's superpowers that come online, like, you know what I'm saying? You're able to do things that you was not able to do. Your vibration, you feel so much lighter, so much better, like. You're not walking around with all of that dense energy in your body, so you're vibrating at a frequency that's so high that the lower things cannot even reach you. They can't touch you. So, like, all of that old shit, like, and I'm going to say this too, like, a lot of those spiritual attacks that people try to send you, or the lower entities that try to get to you, you know what I'm saying? So you mastering yourself. See, a lot of people talk about magic and talk about alchemy, but the true alchemy is to master oneself. Do you really know how to master your DNA on a quantum level? You talk that magic talk, but when it's really time to do magic, magic don't need a candle. Real magic don't have to go light a candle. You don't have to go get things to do real magic. We use those things sometime when we need to, or when we want to. But in hindsight, on this new frequency, this new paradigm, your true power is measured by your chi, your life force energy, your light, your divine light. That's how you measure your true power. So it ain't nothing nobody can throw at you. It ain't nothing nobody can do to you that can fuck with you when you have embodied enough light to ascend beyond all of that shit. See, that's still dealing with dense objects. You talking about material magic. We talking about magic that you can't touch. You can't see it. You can't quantify it. Because it's beyond your level of consciousness. It's beyond your level of reasoning. You can't see it. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know when it's going to touch you. So you better be very mindful with the low level magic. You know what I'm saying? So when you embody in that light, that type of shit don't reach you anymore. It can't touch you. The psychic attacks, the spiritual attacks don't get to you as easily, because when you holding that much light, and this is what it is on New Earth, when you've shifted into that 5D, that's the frequency that you own, because you have to have a certain amount of light to even exist in the 5D. And we here now. It's already here. So get ready. Do what you have to do. And so, mind you, when we going into the golden age, New Earth, what you have to realize is that our 3D eyes can't even see. The eyes that you've been seeing with this whole time on the 3D Earth, on the vibration that you're on in the physical body, can only see a small percentage of the light spectrum. You're not even seeing the full light spectrum. You can't even see. There's energies and spirits around you right now that you can't even see. Listen, there are beings that live beyond your scope. They live beyond your level of comprehension. These beings operate at such a high frequency, but they're here too. They operate at such a high frequency that a lot of you can't see them. A lot of, our eyes that we call our 3D eyes cannot see but a certain percentage of the light spectrum. This is why the more you raise your frequency, you will start to see orbs and lights in the room with you. These are angelic forces showing themselves to you or revealing themselves to you. If you really got a real connection with the spirits and the ascended masters and your ancestors, then you can see these lights and these orbs around you when you raise your frequency. You can't look at them directly in some cases, But speaking of myself, I have got my level of consciousness is at a level where I can actually look directly at them but a lot of times you don't see them when you looking straight at it. They appear out of the corner of your eye. You'll see flashes of light. You'll see orbs. You'll see things like that around you. That's because they operate outside. Things that once was operating outside of your perception are now starting to come into view since the Earth's frequency is rising. But the kicker to it is, just because Earth is raising her vibration don't mean that you're going to make it. If you don't raise your vibration with Earth, meaning grounding, keeping your feet on the ground, bringing light into your body, open that heart chakra up. If you're not doing that in order to ascend with Earth, then your body is not going to be able to exist. Like, you're not going to be able to live on the new Earth if you don't do the work that the Earth is doing to cleanse and rid yourself of your attachments and raise your frequency. And you got to do it right now, because it's I want you to picture it like a ship leaving a dock. The new Earth is already here. The ship is the new Earth and it's moving. You still on the shore, which is the old Earth. That is sinking. The longer and the further you let that ship get away, the harder it's going to be for you to swim to get on board. So you have to do it now. Welcome to the golden age, man. We here. So again, I wanted to talk about that. I hope this message resonated with you. Please share this with your people. I want to see this on your social media. I want to see this everywhere, that you have people who may be interested in this message, man. I want you to share this with anybody that you may know. Again. Yeah, man. And again, man, don't forget, man, show some love to the channel, man. A lot of energy goes into this. I would love to take your suggestions. You can reach me via email by going to info@thehouseofancestors.com. You know what I'm saying? If you need any type of guidance, if you need any type of one-on-ones, I am available for that. Again, that email again is info@thehouseofancestors.com. Just let me know who you are and what it is that you need. If you need any services, you know what I'm saying? And listen, I do a lot of that. I do a lot of consulting. I've worked with people who was going through traumatic experiences and helped them to get their energy balanced again. Coming out of a relationship or something, I can help with that. You need to break that tie, because that soul tie is another one I didn't get to talk about on this one, but soul ties is another one that will keep you locked in, to the old earth if you don't break it. You know what I'm saying? So again, I help with those things in as well as any of the things that I spoke about. So again, that email, you can hit me at that email. And yeah, once again, man, I appreciate y'all for checking me out again, man. Listen, until next time, I'll catch you. It's God I see, man. Signing off. Peace.